Everybody, welcome back to FTB Ultimates Reloaded. I always want to say Infinity for some reason. Probably because that's the one I did so much time in. Episode 12 with me, Sid. And we are sat with a nice glass of rum, which is very nice. The ores have all processed over there, and we have got a metric crap ton of iron, copper. I've also got some tin blocks in there, 128 blocks of tin. I have taught the system to make patterns and how to made some patterns, but at the moment that's about as far as I've got the applied. I've also, there's the patterns and quartz glass. So all of that kind of good stuff. We're definitely going to need to get more of this going, but it's like all of these things. Time is always the enemy here, and you know, I mean, I'd like to automate those blocks because I'd like to get both of those things running because we're going to want to do more iridium. And of course, we have got all of this lot that needs, and no, this lot that all need disenchanting, and we are not very rich in terms of books. So we spoke last episode about the feasibility of making a well, we need a couple of farms. We need one for leather and one for paper. So first one is fairly easy. Paper, we could go vanilla method with things like, you know, observers and whatever. I'm going to go with industrial foregoing, with the somewhere in here, not there is it the plant sower? No, it is the, gotta find it. It's not that. That's a water condensator thing. Hang on. Plant gatherer, that's the one. So to make that, we're going to need to make a series of things. We're going to need a plant gatherer. We're going to need to make a stone gear, and that will become a tin gear, and then that will be a short of glass. It's alright, made some more because I knew I was going to be short of glass. Plant gatherer. Alright, we need some of that, which is, cook that. How much do I need? Just the two? I think I've got some of those, so we'll cook some of that up. Okay, and we needed an axe for definite. Probably a hoe because, well, it would make kind of sense. I'm guessing that one, to be honest. Gatherer. Yep, a hoe. We need 2 axes and 2 gold gears. Okay, make me another axe. And then make me 2 gold gears. 1, 2. 1, 2. And 1, 2. And want to make me that. And if we check this one out, it will have, if we can have a look at the working area, it's there. Really not the most impressive device in the world. So we need to look at upgrades. Upgrade. Is it an upgrade? Hang on. No, it's a range. It's an add-on, isn't it? We call them add-ons for this one. So diamond will give me that. That's a platinum. We probably got that as well, actually. I'm going to need a couple more of those. But we could go emerald. We've got energy field. No, emerald is the biggest then, isn't it? That's the one we need. I don't know whether fortune is going to have any effect. We can do everything except that. Right, okay, rubber. Boop, boop, and cook that. And that will give us a area in, or at least a much larger space. Let's go and quickly sleep the day off, and then we can head outside and just see how much space we're talking about, and then we can go about getting some sugarcane planted and harvested, and that will be, well, we also need to make a space for it, and we're going to want to give it some power, which means I'm going to want to hook it into my lava network with this spare dynamo, and we need an ender tank of enderness. Where are you, ender tank? Almost there. What am I missing? Blaze rods. Oh man, please tell me I'm not missing blaze rods. I have blaze powder. Can you can we not compress that? I thought we used to be able to. Compact of 5:1. Huh. And I'm still shy. Okay. Let me just check a few things. Recipe for blaze powder, cinder pearls. We can make 4 from 1. Yeah, that's nothing fancy there. I can pulverize those. I can use an industrial centrifuge on magma cream. Might have that actually. Yeah, hang on then. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was 4 will be enough. I've also noticed I've got those blazing hearts as well, but or I could have just gone to the nether and, you know, that's an electrolyzer. Too many machines. It confuses the hell out of me. Rolling machine. Enchantment. Centrifuge. There you go. What was I sticking in that? Let's see how those go. In the meantime, we'll throw those in. What else did I need? I need a cauldron, don't I? One of them. Yeah, and then we need to make that, which is missing these things. If I go and get the blaze, I've already got the blaze. In fact, that's a compactor. Chuck those in. Yeah, it's going to take a hot minute, so I'll be back when it's done. Alright, there you go. We have that. We need orange dye, need yellow dye, red dye, will give me orange. I need to double, well, I'm fairly certain that this is somebody else's, and of course when we do that we don't get anything, but then we add our diamond to the mix on the dial, and bang, that's our lava supply for that thing. And I think that will be enough for that. So where am I going to build it? I'm kind of tempted for 2 reasons. One is because I really don't have a use for this anyway. Heading to this hillside. And the other one is because there appears to be a massive great ravine in there when you actually look at the underground map. And that will probably do as a point. Now I've pre-checked this space and it is 25 by 25, so we are going to need a big space for this thing. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Better slap some torches down just to avoid any unpleasantness, and that's 2, on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that will, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 21, so 20, that will be 25 by 25. Perfect. Well, that'll be 25, I should say. Then we need to go this way 25. Right, I'm going to do a bit of digging and I shall be back in a while. Alright, so I have got a room that is actually much bigger than it needs to be. It's 3 too long that way, wide, 3 too wide. Interesting. Okay, moderately embarrassing, but only moderately. Let's turn, in fact, let's leave you back on. I'm just going to, I've got plenty of materials. Let's actually make this fit. We'll just take this out. I'll just backfill the wall and the ceiling, and world will be good and happy. I can't believe I've made that schoolboy error, but there you go. And there's an angry witch outside, which will be entertaining. So once you've got that in place, then we are faced with the job of, well, I suppose, laying out the floor, and that's going to be usual checkerboard of sand and water, and nothing fancy. I know it doesn't need to be sand. The myth of sand making things grow faster is just that, a myth. And consequently, we'll just fill this back in here and the world will be good and happy. I'll backfill all of these in a second. Yep, that's perfect. We must be getting close. There we go. And then I can just use any old crap to fill this back in. And I know I don't technically even need to fill it in. I could just wall it off and forget about it. But there's a little bit of me. There's a little bit of my... Ooh, hang on. Did I not go far enough? Interesting. Okay. Let me just examine this. I think what's happened is I thought I'd extended it this way, and I've basically extended it on the wrong side. However, if that's the case, it will actually be a lot easier to completely spin this round 90 degrees, although it's... No, I'm going to correct it. I am going to fix it. I'll be back in a mo. Alright, I've got the basic structure done. We need to now deal with this chucklehead who's just hanging around. Ow. And yeah, it happens. It's like the skeletons are like door-to-door salesmen, really. So I think what we're going to need to do is take a few blocks of glowstone. Now this stuff I just want to double check. If I can't pulverize that, I can. So if I take a stack of that, that should be more than adequate. And then we want some sand. I'm going to take a couple of stacks of that, and we are going to want some cane. We have one. Alright, first things first then. Jetpack on. Let's go find some sugar cane. There's a little bit here. We'll have that. It's taking a little bit of getting used to this this combination of jetpack and elytra, but on the whole, it's not bad. And there's a little bit more there. Right, it's going to take me a hot minute just to gather a little bit of sugarcane up, so we'll get that going. And I shall be back with you once I've grabbed a stack or so of sugarcane. Alright. Don't tell Eternal Dragon. I haven't actually seen Eternal on for ages, so I'm sure they'll not miss a little bit. Don't know how much I'll need. You know what? The point of this is to have a farm, isn't it? And clearly, is that live? Sorry, this is just. Oh, do I really want? I don't want to trigger that if I can avoid it. Anyway, yeah, we got what we came for. The point of a farm is to actually farm more of a material, so you know, kind of. I never realised Dragon's place was actually that close. But there you go. Small world, eh? But we'll get in. We'll get this set up now. I'm going to use underwater lighting. Oh, there's a bit more there. Underwater lighting is my plan. Which is why I've got the glowstone blocks. And wait, oh wait. I actually could do with a door as well. Let me just get a door before we go any further, because I really do need that to be safe. You know, having things blow up in your face often offends, especially when you spend time building them. And yeah, that's going to be so we need a door. Yeah, one of them will do fine. Thank you. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. A door will work here. You know, a door's a door after all. A door is a door, of course, and no one can talk to a door, of course. Oh, I'm not sure how that would ever work as a Mr. Ed song, but there you go. Yeah, do that for now. Right, so we've got a big space and it's dark. And the idea is that we're going to checkerboard. With this on, we are going to checkerboard our sand. Now, is this the most efficient way? This is, you know what? I'm going to go and double check, because I'm sure I've seen different designs for this. Let me just see what I can find. I'll be back in a second. You know what? I have gone through and looked at articles about 80% efficiency farms, 91% efficiency farms. I've sat there, I've tried to even duplicate some of them, and they're such a bloody exercise in mental gymnastics. So I have come to this conclusion. Bugger it. So you there, one, and that gives you there. So if I come over to, I think here, like that one, that'll work, and then we can come over to here and pop one there, and same again here, like that. Okay, and then rinse and repeat. So helps if you do it correctly, like so. So yeah, I am going to just get this laid out. Again, I can chunk load the damn thing. So I can come back to an entire barrel full of sugar canes and a farm which is, for all intent and purposes, operating at, you know, pretty solid efficiency, or at least, you know, not maybe inefficient, but who cares? It's just going to be churning out this stuff all day. So from that point of view, if I were to come over 1, 2 and then go to say here like that, that's not going to get that block there. So alright, I'm going to work this out. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, well, we've got this laid out. He says falling into the water. It's not very even with this. That stack went nowhere, by the way. That's what we managed with what we brought back. And it's lit. It is working. Well, I say it's working. It's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether it's whether this dynamo's keeping up or not. But oh, we've just had our first actual growth there. So I've chunk loaded the area. It will obviously do its thing and we keep going. So that's fine. Now we need to do something with the outside. I also need to do something with my elytra because it's looking a little bit battered. So I probably need to go and do a bit of grinding. Let's just go and check on that last iteration of the quarry. Yeah, I don't think it'll be finished yet, but it may be, or it may just be running very slowly. Yeah, it's kind of doing the very slowly thing, isn't it? It's not that far from the actual bottom, to be fair, which means that this should be looking, yeah, not bad. A little bit of iridium, quite a lot of bits and pieces of ore there, so that's going to continue running. But I'm going to let that sugarcane farm run for a while. Did I? I didn't take a screenshot. I meant to take a screenshot of it. I'm also going to just head back and repair my elytra. Yeah, well, I'm going to do that and I'll be back in a little while. Actually, we're going to before we do that, I've used the disenchanter. I have mending to go on this vile sword with a sharpness 4, and I also have soul stealer 4. That makes that very efficient, hopefully, at getting those. It should also mean we get the experience from the creeper farm, but at the same time we should be able to level the creeper farm up significantly faster, so it's kind of a win, hopefully a win-win-win. Hang on, let me just check what we got on this. 77. 83, so that was nearly 89. It looks like about 6 per. Which means that we should soon be able to get a tier 2 thing. At the same time, this is repairing, the elytra is repairing, so yeah, wins all round. I'm afraid on that one. Seems almost wrong to put a mending enchant on a sword whose function in life is to get me to, I think, only 3 souls off a tier 2 actually. We are. In fact, now, in theory, we should be able to go around, grab that. If this works as it did, hang on, use the right tool for the job. tier 1, tier 2. Let's go and put this back with the tier 2 spawner, and that means we shall get more. And then we can use that to bring the tier 1 spawner to a tier 3. But what we should find is the spawn rates are much higher on a tier 1. So there you go, 4 of them rather than 2. Yeah, I'm going to keep on working here for a while, and I shall be back with you in a while. That's a 248, that's a tier 3 already. I mean already literally as in seconds. So we need to clear this, and that will give us a tier 3. Tier 4 will give us even more, but when we hit tier 5 we have redstone control, which will be, well, invaluable. But they are coming faster than we can kill them at the moment. Well, not now, because we've, you know, broke the thing. But that's there. Tier 3, tier 2. Shouldn't take as long to get to the tier 3. And in theory, the tier 4 after that. So again, back in a second. We need sweeping edge on this sword. It is 419 things. I'm just wondering though if we actually have got anything with sweeping edge on it. Sharpness, ruby sword, smite, nothing in there. Not tools, it'll be in here if it's anywhere. Smite, leech, I don't think any of those are going to have. Now, let's go and have a look. Just sneaky. I don't know whether I've got sweeping edge or not. You know, I don't recall seeing it. Doesn't mean I haven't got it though. Look at the sea, affinity, depth strider, blah blah blah, unbreaking protection. No, we haven't got it. Damn you. And I'm fairly certain if I look at the other. Oh, you got sweeping edge, you glorious, glorious thing, you. Hang about then. Let us just fix this. We've got plenty of levels. I'm just kind of killing a little bit of time, to be honest, until such time. I'm going to let that do both because I really don't want either of those. Well, we don't want that. I do want that. That's never going to be used, but we'll put it away because, you know, it's an enchantment book, isn't it? And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's get sweeping edge. Going to cost a wee bit, but it'll be worth it because now we've got sharpness 4, insight, unbreaking, mending, soul. Basically, that's a really nice sword. It's almost good enough, except that this does like considerably more. Almost good enough to be our main sword. I need to sleep because night's coming. So I'm going to just take this to, well, I might take it all the way to, there's not night there. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick sleep. We'll go and check how the sugarcane farm has done in this short 15-20 minutes or so that I've been faffing around doing this, and we shall be back in a mo. Just for reference, I didn't get as far as the sugar. There you go, 1 tier 5 soul shard. In fact, I'm going to go and break the tier 4 because I really need this to stop for a while. And this will be a lot easier to turn off by, you know, the simple task of doing it. Now, we are going to need to decide how we're going to use the tier 5 because it is redstone controlled, so I need to think more about that. but I mean that is not bad for such a short period of time. I'm going to put those away as well, and let's go and see in the same short period of time just how much sugarcane we've got, if any, or how much. I suspect what we're going to have to do is just let the system run for a few days to build up enough juice. Actually, I'll take it, because now I can, in theory, can go and plant the rest of the cane farm, and it will be glorious. I don't think there'll be enough here, to be fair. So I went through about 3 stacks of, oh god, I cannot walk on this in this kind of configuration, but there you go. Right, I am going to basically get as much cane down as I can, and I shall get a screenshot, but I think we're going to be waiting until it's had another opportunity to run. I also need to put a storage device on the back of the farm to actually collect the sugarcane. Otherwise, we're just going to be missing an awful lot of drops. So yeah, but that is definitely working. It's had another 4 in that short period of time. There's some more gone in. I will get some storage onto the back of that, probably a crate at a guess, barrel even, that's the word I'm looking for. And yeah, that we'll see how we're going at the end of it, but I think we can go tick there, and that should be done. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.